Hey, what's up? GW coming to you live once again. Hey, listen, first of all, sorry about not dropping a review this week. It's Father's Day and all, and we did the whole Father's Day deal like many of you guys. But I did manage to squeeze in a few horror films, and one of them I think I should tell you about is from 1986. It's called Vamp. If you guys haven't checked it out, you guys should check it out. If you like Dusk Till Dawn, it takes the same premise, only it was done way earlier, obviously. And it borders on black comedy slash horror films. Now, the premise is pretty cool, and this was a hybrid. It was supposed to be the first, one of the biggest first horror comedies there was. And I remember seeing the preview for this in my grandma Pauline's house. She lived in McKeesport, and I remember it was like I was like 5 or 6, playing in the living room. Trailer for this thing came on, scared the shit out of me. Why did it scare me? Because Grace Jones was a vampire in it, and they showed a close up. In fact, if you guys Google up the VHS cover, you guys will figure out what I'm talking about. Grace Jones is weird enough, and granted, she was a pretty cool actress. I don't know what she's doing now. She was in this, she was in Boomerang, and I think she did like one other film. But the premise to this film is pretty cool. Basically, there's two college kids. They are pledging a fraternity, and the fraternity is going through some stupid hazing ritual. And they say, look, this is real stupid. You guys like to party. We like to party. Let me go get you a stripper. And for the first 15 minutes or so of the movie, it becomes a buddy road trip. They get to this place called the After Dark Club, and this is where you start to sort of notice things are weird. Like I said, the film Dusk Till Dawn owes a lot to this film. And this has got some cool people in it. It's got probably somebody you've never heard of, Chris Makepeace. He was a pretty cool dude. Robert Russler. I believe Robert Russler was in Weird Science. He played the kid that dumped the icy at the mall on Anthony Michael Hall's character, Gary. And Wyatt, played by Ian Michael Smith. Anyway, he was in that. He was in this. And he was in like 2 other films. Obviously, I just said Grace Jones. There's a Australian actor in here called Getty Watanabe. You'll notice him right away. He makes an appearance probably about 20 minutes into the film, if not. And you don't really know where his character is coming from. Anyway, that Robert Russler I just mentioned, his character gets in an argument with this character. And this character is a really weird drifter, sort of nomad sort of deal. And it's pretty cool. The other thing I like about this movie, other than the fact it was filmed in the 80s, was the fact that the lighting was done really cool. In fact, there are certain scenes in this movie where the lighting is just completely like neon purple and black and red, and it gives you that fun house sort of vibe, and it's really fun to watch. The other cool thing about this is for the time that this was released, this film was bombed and trashed, but you watch it now and it's pretty cool, and it has that prosthetic makeup effect. And the weird thing is, until you see this movie, if you don't know what's going to happen, you really don't have any idea what the hell's going to happen in this, because it goes off into a lot of crazy directions, which is the movie's strength and, as many occasions, its weakness. The ending is pretty cool, and it did leave it open for a sequel. However, based on the terrible reviews this film got, it never got a sequel. I personally, rewatching the film, don't find it to be as bad or as boring or as absurd as critics say. It was just a fun vampire movie, and it's not to be taken seriously. The people in the movie know it, the script knows it. But the problem is like I said, it tried to be like 3 different movies in one. One, you got this Australian nomad drifter. His character is not explained. You have these vampires at the After Dark Club, which makes for a great setup. They could have done a lot more with it, but I don't think they creatively knew what to do. You have some really good B-movie actors from the 80s in here. you know. And like I said, it's pretty fun. I'm not going to give away the plot because, well, you guys should check it out for the plot. But it does have some of the best effects from that era. Usually says it's directed by Richard Wank. Richard Wank is a pretty cool dude. I think this was his only picture, but this does have a cult following, which is pretty cool. One of the coolest things at the end of the movie, the final showdown between Chris Makepeace's character and Grace Jones in the sewer, is pretty amazing. The only drawback to the story is I wish that before the actual movie started, where we met the two guys in the college, it would go back and actually show you Grace Jones's character, because she's like the main vampire of the whole deal. And I wish it could show you a little bit about how she got into New York at this club and what is she doing there. You know, very cool movie. Like I said, underrated, and it just tried to be so much at one time. So if you're looking for cool 80s films, check out Vamp 1986, directed by Richard Wank. And I'm sure you will not be disappointed. So definitely give Vamp a whirl. Let's see, what else? There was one other thing I wanted to cover. You know, a lot of times, you know, we walk outside and we take the world for granted. And, you know, I've been noticing, guys, that lately, you know, everything means more, you know, than it used to. My fans mean more to me. My wife means more to me. You know, just everything has been amped a little bit because our world is changing. And I'm not going to get off on a preachy segment and tell you guys how bad it sucks or anything like that. I'm just going to say, you know what? I'm in a state where I appreciate, you know, being able to come on and tell you guys about horror films. I appreciate my fans. I appreciate the fact that, you know, any amount of, what's the word I'm looking for? Appreciation for me, or any act of kindness, you know, we can do as, you know, human beings, is pretty awesome. And I think the world's going crazy, and tell you the truth, you know, that's why I stay here and I watch all this stuff, because there's a world out there I don't want to be part of. You know, I'd rather stay here in the world that I've created, you know, with all my movies and telling you guys about it and watching my man Joe Bob Briggs, which he definitely just ended one of the best, you know, shows on Shudder, The Last Drive-In season 2. Hopefully we get a season 3. I love Joe Bob, and I'm not afraid to say it. I think he's great. But yeah, and definitely, like I said, check out Vamp. And to my man Ace the 81, look, I'm still going to watch Moontrap. I just haven't had a chance. I've been, you know, all over the board, which if you guys check it out, the full movie is on YouTube. I think it's subtitled in Dutch or something like that, you know. But yeah, definitely give Vamp a whirl. We're going to be doing some 80s movies, you know, 80s horror films. You know, hopefully I get to do a review about a movie called Society, which if you guys haven't seen that, oh man, that movie right there is one of the strangest horror films you will ever see. And the ending is something you will not forget for a very long time. But we'll get into that one later. But if you want to peek, check out the trailer. And I had to watch the thing 3 times. And the thing is it is another one that goes all over the rails. And like I said, we'll talk more about it later. But it does have something mysterious there you just got to plod through. So check out the trailer for Society. We'll be doing a review for that later on. You can watch that movie with Joe Bob Briggs' commentary on The Last Drive-In Season 1. You can check that out. So if you haven't seen that one yet and you're looking for a really bizarre, off-the-wall horror mystery, we don't know what the hell's going to happen till the end, check out Society. And I will bring you that review coming up this weekend. Anyway, GW, out. Check Moontrap out. You guys check out Vamp. All right. Peace.